Hey, Tom here, Flip Anything USA. Uh, so, it's Easter Sunday, and a lot going on. You'll see I got some video going of the latest investment. Been pouring concrete. Let's see, what is today? Well, end of the week. Thursday, I don't know if it's Thursday or Friday. Anyhow, poured some concrete and went bird dogging today. Just looking around. Just actually, I mean, I'm always bird dogging. If I'm walking around or if I'm driving anywhere, I'm bird dogging. That's just how it is with me. But kind of found a cool property. Another one, an interesting one. It was just tore to hell. So that video will be coming. Like I said, also I got the concrete pour on video. What else? I'm trying to find another property. I'm trying to find something big. I'm looking for something like some commercial property. I'd like to get about 20,000 square feet. I'd expect to pay, I mean, ideally, something like that, I'd want to pay about $2 million for. Although that's getting a lot tougher to find right now. But even a little more than that could work. I feel pretty good about the economy in general right now, but there's always a part of me that worries a little bit about things going down. Although I turn and flip, so I'm holding on to all the property that I want to hold on to. Pretty much everything that I hold right now is nearly all paid for. Or completely paid for. So it's hard for me to get hurt. I'll buy stuff, and again, like I tell you, your hedge is that you buy it under market, and then that way you can sell it under market. If things start to go down, or if you're in an area that's subject to big layoffs and things, things don't usually happen overnight. I guess you could hear about a plant closing or something like that, but I'm not in an area where I got a bunch of coal miners, or there's a big auto facility. In most places aren't like that, but there are some for sure. But I don't have that kind of threat. So one of the things I like to do is right now is I don't hold a lot of land anymore. Do I hold any land? I have a little bit of land, not much, but pretty much everything I have produces an income, and half or more of what I have doesn't even have a payment anymore, although taxes are substantial. So and that's another thing. Taxes are way too substantial these days, which I want to tell people watching here, if you don't have this app, get this app. It's called Reform Cal. REFORMCOW, Reform Cal. This is an important app. I think it's going to be real important to everybody someday, because what it is it's Reform Cities of the World, and basically it's an app that allows you to complain about, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, but you get the app and register your zip code, and it'll put you into your city and your state where you can complain. I'm talking about sidewalks, streets, taxes, permit. If the permitting, in your city is terrible, and it is terrible in a lot of places. They keep making it more and more bureaucracy, more red tape, and make it harder to do anything. And plus, or like you want to complain about your tax authority there. More and more you'll see special assessments on your bills, which is ridiculous. They call it, it's not a tax. It's a tax. If you have to pay it every year, it's a special assessment. It's a tax. And so there's all kinds of crazy crap like that going on. But this Reform Cal app, I'm particularly excited about it. It's growing. And I know that I talked to the founders, and they're growing it and changing it and adapting it. And I think you'll see more of it. But I would get in on this early. It's pretty cool, because it is so. Listen, your city council makes a lot of stupid decisions. They're influenced by just a handful of people many times, and it's ridiculous that things are that way. But it's important that you know, that they get more of a voice from the people that's quantified, because so many times you'll see your city council will do really stupid stuff, and they'll say, oh, well, there's a lot of people driving it, but they got no proof of it. There's no forum online. There's nothing to really back up what they say, or many times there isn't. And a lot of times it's just as simple as one lobbyist coming into their office, buying the staff lunch once a week for a couple months, and the next thing you know, this guy gets what he wants. But the idea of this reform cow is you go in there and, you know, let's say you or I complain about, you know, an overzealous person that maybe works down at the you know, the tax authority or at the permit department, or you know, just some terrible employee that's in a position of power that abuses their power. Well, you go out there and you voice your experience, and you can do it anonymously, and then so can other people can come in and say, hey, you know what, I had that same jerk pull that same crap on me, and then that will get the attention, and then that goes in front of the council, and in other words, it's available to everybody in the community to see. But I think that's a real service to kind of pretty much out those people in you know, in those positions of power, you know, in the city, that because you know, hey, there's a lot of terrible stuff goes on down there. That, you know, people are not very accountable, and you know, they make stupid mistakes, and there is no shame anymore in many government departments. And there are also, you know, there's what we call unfunded mandates. There's so many people that are you know, that work for your city government, and you know, there's no money put away for these guys to pay for their retirement. So what's that mean? It means every 20 years you're more than doubling the payroll, because these guys retire and the money's not put away. So it means your taxes keep going up in order to keep up, or ultimately, you know, the city goes bankrupt, and then, you know, those employees don't get anything. But I doubt that'll happen. So anyways, outside of that, back to real estate. So poured concrete, just you know, cleaning up that property, and you know, I wouldn't doubt if it's worth over 300 now. You know, I mean, I think it could even, I mean, I'm starting to even think that maybe it could hit 400,000. You know, I mean, I spent about 18,000 on the concrete and some cleanup. There'll be another $5,000 in tile work that I'm going to have done. So we got 23. Add another $5,000. Just cleaning up the property in general. On the outside, I got to put in a gate and a fence. So what's that take us to? I'll spend at least 30, probably 30, 35,000. So, but that's not bad. $115,000 into a, you know, beautiful property like that. And it's when I'll probably hold it. I'll already hold it for a year. I'll pay less taxes when I get rid of it in a year, and or maybe I'll just hang on to it. Who knows? You know, it's pretty cool. But either way, the bottom line is I could flip it and make $100,000, and that's what you want to know, and that's what you want to do. So, anyways, what else? Like I said, I've got upcoming videos or some of that work that's being done, cleaning that up. I looked at some more property. Where'd I go into? I'm always looking. This one house that's all tore up, and then there's another one I looked at. I can't even remember, but it's coming. So, you know, I need to get to 1,000 followers in order to do the YouTube live stream, because I get a lot of people that ask me for, you know, say, hey, can I call you? Can I get your number? And I don't really want to do that, and I don't do it. So I'm not into mentoring. I don't want to charge anybody anything. I want to do whatever mentoring I do, it's going to be like this. And but if we can get up to 1,000 subscribers, then I can do the, I don't know, it's called YouTube Live. And so then while I'm sitting here talking to you, I can see your questions stream across the bottom of my screen, and I can answer those questions. And everybody will get the benefit of those answers to those questions. You know, I've done so much for so many years that in all honesty, I kind of surprised myself at how much I know and how much I've been through. Oh yeah, I remember the other one. Yeah, I've got another video. I walked through, I got a call, referral from a chiropractor that I see about a commercial complex. It was 3 units, and it wasn't as good as I'd hoped, but you know, I went and looked at it, and you'll see it anyways, but I'll probably make a, you know, an offer that works for me. And I kind of analyze and explain, you know, how I came up with the number that I came up with on that one. So that's it. So please, you know, share this thing out. I need more subscribers to hit that 1,000. I made a bet with Monoperty, Andy over at Monoperty. He's got a channel. He's out of the UK. A nice guy. It's Monoperty, Monoperty, like monopoly and property is what he put together with that. Great guy. He has a lot of good information on his channel too. And I urge you to subscribe to his and look at him. He's the one I'm racing to 1,000. He's ahead of me. He started earlier though. But so that's what's going on right now. Another good guy too is Ty over at flipman.net. He's got a heck of a following already. But I like that guy. I looked him up because you know, I just could tell he's a real deal, you know. He didn't have quite my experience, but he is a sharp guy, and he does mentoring. And those of you that are interested in mentoring, you know, you can strike a deal with Ty. He offers something. I don't know much about it, but he is a good guy, and I believe if you feel like you need a mentor, he'd be the guy to go to. But otherwise, you know, this is how I mentor, just via the free through video. But please help me hit that 1,000. And share, you know, try to get my information out, get people on here joining, and then I can start answering your questions direct when I hit 1,000 subscribers. You know, I enjoy doing this, but I feel like if I'm not hitting enough people, it doesn't really feel like it's worth my time, because I feel like I'm sharing some great stuff here. And if you want longer videos, let me know. I mean, I can just put these things together and make longer videos. I'm not even sure exactly when to share them as far as best time of the week. It's, you know, I've been doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which I'm starting to find out that is not the ideal time for some of you. But I figured eventually you're going to turn it on and see it, right? But so, hey, that's it for now. I'll just end it here. Look for the new videos coming. But please give me some feedback. Do you want longer videos? Do you want these things to be 20 minutes long? I mean, I can talk a lot, and I can cover a lot. And you know, I'm kind of a guy that just gets to the point quick. I don't like to skip over things. I try to cover what I think's important for you to know. You know, I had somebody writing me wanting to talk to me, but you know, look, if you don't know it's a deal, it's probably not a deal. You know, if you don't know it's a deal, then you need to get more information. You need to get more knowledge. But you know, when I buy something, it's really not a risk. It's like, this thing's a deal. I'm more nervous about it not closing than it closing. You know, I'm worried about, man, let's just get this thing closed. And that's how you should be when you go to close a property. You're like, you know you're going to make some money. And so like, you should be like afraid that you're going to lose the deal, because that's how I feel every time I make a deal. Like, ah, man, I got to get it signed because I know it's a great deal. And that's the kind of confidence and knowledge you should have, and you will have it. But really, it's just as simple as knowing, you know, just doing your homework, and you know, and it'll just come second nature to you, you know. And pretty soon you'll even be able to go into areas that you don't even know particularly well, but because you have so much experience and looking at so many different areas, that you just kind of got a gut feel. You go, you know what, I know, you know, you know what the cost of, you know, to build stuff is, and you know, you just kind of know some basics that you can go, oh yeah, well, I'm confident this is worth X, you know, for sure. And you know, it's kind of like me on that lake property. I walked out and it's like, oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. And it was a no-brainer. But what I did is I found out that the properties were worth more than I expected around there. So anyhow, that's it. Flip Anything USA. So please subscribe. Give me some feedback. Help me out here. You know, I sometimes I wonder, you know, I see 100 people watch a video and only 7 thumbs up, and I'm thinking, hey, what did I do? Did I fail you somehow? But I know the information is great. You know, it's like when I say, when I read a book, I'm happy if I get one paragraph out of that whole book, because just that paragraph is valuable. It's information. And believe me, that is within the videos here. I mean, I know I'm sharing. I know that what I'm sharing is great, and you just got to find those nuggets in there that apply to you, and or they will eventually. You just take them in. You know how it is. You learn something. You know, I talk about condo regimes, and actually in this next one, a lot of people don't know how easy it is to form a condo regime. Meaning you can take an apartment complex, and if you want to, you can basically turn it. If it's metered outright, you can turn it into, you can just sell off those units individually, and you can do that with just about any property that has multiple units, as long as they have separate electric meters. They can have a shared water, but the main thing is if they have if they have individual electric meters, you can break a property and it becomes more valuable because you're selling them off, say, individual units rather than, a big property, which I talk about the economies of scale. The more you build, the bigger you build, the prices go down. And likewise, a lot of things don't appraise as high when they're larger buildings compared to smaller buildings that are right next door to each other. So anyhow, hey, I can talk forever, but I'll call it a night. Lights going away. It was Easter. Hope you had a great Easter, everyone. And please give me your feedback, and I hope you make a lot of money. It's a great lifestyle being a real estate investor, and especially the way I do it. It's just fun. It's just fun. And so I hope you can enjoy the same. So that's it for now. Flip Anything USA. Subscribe, share, like. Thanks. Good night.